Welcome back to Figured Out by 25. Welcome back to the pod. It's your girl, Erin.
And I'm Jasmine. Now listen, if this is your second, third time tuning in, you are family at this point.
In.
Yes, but if this is your first time, welcome. Come on.
Thanks for joining us today. So today's topic is going to be about adulting and how #adulting is hard, okay? So we're just gonna jump right on in about our adulthood and how we got here and just what we learned and how we're the people that we are today, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess one of the things I can ask is, and I actually kind of want to go back to when we talked about our childhood in a previous episode about how our childhoods were. We talked about independence. We talked about insecurity. We talked about being sheltered. So kind of going off of that, how do you feel like right now you are as an adult? How do you feel like, do you feel like you're thriving in adulthood, or do you feel like you struggling McGee out here?
I think to the outside world, they would probably look at me as I'm thriving. Because if you think about it to society standards, I never been to jail. I don't have debt collectors coming after me.
Disqualifies you as a striving adult.
Listen, I didn't say the bar was high.
Okay, keep going.
I'm just saying,
okay,
those standards.
This is your second time saying, well, I'm not in jail.
Funny side story. So I'm a big anime nerd. I love anime. Mm-hmm. And it was hard for my grandmother, who was born in the 40s, to understand that hobby. So one day she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm watching this anime, because I'm a sub girl. Mm-hmm. I'm not a dub person. Those who know will know.
Okay. I don't know.
And so she was like, I guess that's okay. And I was like, yeah, because I could be somewhere on the street corner trolling for Johns. So
not trolling for Johns.
So it's all
so
about
specific.
It's all about perspective. So the hobbies that I have and the way I equate my adulthood.
Okay. Keep going.
It's all about perspective.
All right,
I've never been to
jail. Not in jail.
I've never done drugs. I've never been to a crack house, So I think to society standards, I'm doing well. But when I think about how I had to cultivate my own personal goals, mm-hmm. I don't think I'm doing bad, but I think I could be doing it a little bit better.
Okay.
And so with that, I'm kind of on this journey of how can I start doing a little bit better, especially when it comes in terms of health. Mm-hmm. So I'm on this journey. I got 21 days where I can't eat nothing.
Of course you throw that in right now at the beginning.
Because that's an important piece of where I am right now.
You setting a tone for what they get. Because just know, y'all, I got 21 days and today is day one, okay?
Today is day one. And it's hard.
But you making it through.
I am making it through. And I think that's really kind of a culmination of what adulting is. It's hard, but you're making it through. Mm-hmm. And you have some joys along the way as well.
Right.
What about you, Erin? Where do you feel like you are in your adulthood?
I think I like the thing that you said about perspective, because I think that some people may same way perceive me as doing all right because I have a job, I'm married, we have a place, we pay rent on time, we're not out in the streets. We sound so bad about judging people, but I think everything might have seemed put together, especially because DJ and I got married at 22. And so I think we talked about this before, like marriage matures you, right? And so I think that to somebody else on the outside, yeah, Erin's got it together because she's married. They have a place to live. They have jobs. They're good to go. But I think I'm still on a journey right now, not only of health similar to you, but I'm on a journey of believing in myself, because that's something that wasn't there when I was a kid. So I'm like pulling out all these ideas and thoughts about myself, negative and positive, and trying to figure out what I believe and know is true and move along in life in that way. So that's work, that's friendships, that's marriage, that's how I present myself in the community in social settings. So I'm on a journey of letting go of the afraid, insecure child that I was for so long to now, especially with the fact that I'm 30, embracing the confident woman that God wants me to be. So it's a journey, and it's hard. Just like your 21 days. This journey for me is hard because I think sometimes when you go through stuff like that, it's comfortable to be in the negative. So trying to change it and see yourself better or different, it's hard and it's scary almost, because it's just like, okay, if I like myself now and I'm better, how would this last? And also two, how would other people perceive me? Because I think for so long I thought I'm not going to think highly of myself because probably nobody else thinks highly of me. So instead of being like, ooh, girl, you look good today, and then somebody be like, no, you don't, I just didn't say anything about myself because I didn't want to put something out there that was false to somebody else. So I'm navigating that and being okay with, if I see myself as this, then it's fine. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. So I'm on that journey of embracing who God has made me to be, flaws and all, and being myself. So
I love that. That's awesome. That's amazing. You know, when we think about adulthood and being an adult, I think we often focus more on the work that goes along with it. I want to talk a little bit more about the fun that goes along with it, just for a short minute here,
go ahead.
because it is a little fun, right? You can
Yeah.
wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and go get Sonic if you want, if the Sonic is open. But you
That's
also
true.
have to make those choices, make good decisions for yourself and your family. So
Right.
when we think about adding a little bit of fun into our regular routines of that healing work and paying the bills and making sure we have food and not going to Sonic at 3 a.m. What are some things that you do for fun?
Well, I'm learning that too because I never like to do things, especially by myself, or try to get people to do stuff with me because I just hated being rejected. So I'm working on self care. So like we went to the spa, last month. So
We
doing
did.
things like that. DJ and I try to do date night every Friday, and we do a variety of things. We paint. We may go to a concert. We may go to like bowling or something like that. So, and I think it kind of helps because my husband is a big kid too. So we try to do stuff that's fun and not just, we're going to go be civilized adults and go to the museum, or we're going to go watch this classical concert, or be the uncle and auntie out there at the jazz fest, We try to do.
I don't think you're considered an auntie
I'm
right
not an
now.
auntie.
I think you got to be a little bit older.
But I thought what qualifies you as an auntie is being like young, hip, with no kids.
I thought there's an age limit for that. I thought it's like young, hip, no kids, age limit.
What would be
Like
the age limit?
35 to 50.
Okay, so I'm not there yet because I'm 30.
Right.
Okay. All right. But
You're
yeah,
aging yourself more than you need to. That's
I
all
think
I'm
it's just the
saying.
no kids part. We have a lot of like play nephews and nieces, so I think that's why we say uncle and auntie. But anyway, so we try to do fun stuff like I said, bowling or cidercade, things like that, just to try to keep laughing. Like sometimes when we go on date night or even for our anniversary, I'm like, I just want to laugh. I just want to have a good laugh. I don't want to be serious. I just want to release all whatever stress or anxiety that I have in a good laugh. So that's even looking like going to comedy shows. We've been to a couple. We love Tony Baker and Kevin on Stage, so we've gone to a couple of those. Yeah, we just try to be creative and different and think outside the box for our dates.
Yeah, and I think that's very important, especially as we're talking about adulthood, because we get so wrapped up into that responsibility portion. As I previously mentioned, we forget about the fun side of things, and sometimes those laughs keep you going. You can look back when it might be a little hard. Maybe we
Yeah.
can't go on date night as much as we
Right.
did these months because we're saving for something else. But remember that one time we went on that one thing and you fell or something like that. Those memories kind of help keep you going and keep you moving through.
Also,
So
I
I
was
love
going
that.
to add to that, even the little pool brunch we did was
yeah,
nice.
we did.
I've never cooked by the pool, so that was nice. We had the platter out there. It was nice. And just being adults in the pool was no defined plan. We were just like, hey, we want to meet up together and swim at her apartment, and we did. So that was even nice.
It was nice. The parking was hard, but it was nice.
Well, you should have parked in the garage instead of the street.
But then you had to walk all the way up.
That's true.
You had to drive all
I did.
the
It
way
was a
up.
couple. It was a couple. Whatever the things called level. It was a couple of levels. But yeah, even that was fun. So I like that, being able to do things with your friends that are outside the box too. I won't go axe throwing with my friends, but
Why not? Axe throwing is amazing.
no, I'm scared I'm gonna hurt myself.
You just wear closed-toed shoes.
I get that, but then now that you say that, it makes me think about the fact that I could possibly hurt myself without wearing closed-toed shoes. So then at the end of the day, I don't want to do
You
it.
just throw on the whole armor of God and keep it moving. I don't know what's wrong with you. Axe throwing is fun. We
I
should go
wouldn't do
throw
it.
some axes.
Nah, fam, I pass. All right, go ahead.
It's a safety. They have a little safety line.
I get that too, but it just doesn't sound fun. You know, one place I want to go back to that I haven't been in a while?
Where?
iFly.
No.
I want to go back to iFly. That was cool.
I respectfully decline.
Why? Why? Why?
What a gust of air is gonna lift me up.
And the helper.
And then there's a help. You ain't never seen that video of that dude who was trying to get this girl up and he couldn't get her up?
But you're not that plus
That'd be me.
size. You're not that plus
That'd be me.
size. No. But that's
I'm not
one.
trusting no air for nothing.
But you trust the air for your food because you got an air fryer.
I didn't buy that air fryer. Somebody gave it to me.
Okay.
It would be real un-Christ-like if I didn't use it.
All right, we're getting off topic. But yeah, fun stuff. So yeah, go ahead. What about you? What do you do for fun as an adult?
Things that I do for fun as an adult, the thing about me is if there's not ample parking, I don't want to go. So that really limits me in a lot of things.
Okay.
Because if I can't safely put my car anywhere, I don't want to go.
So, like, what's an example of somewhere you wouldn't go because of parking?
Anywhere downtown.
Downtown Dallas.
Yep.
What about coming over to Grand Prairie or Arlington or Fort Worth or Irving
That's extra
or
gas.
Cedar Hill?
See, here comes that adult responsible brain. That's gas I could use to drive to work.
But that's also the part about having fun, that you don't think about stuff like that. You just say, you know what? It's been a stressful week at work. My husband getting on my nerves, and I just want to go have fun. I don't care. Take me somewhere.
I need logistics. We have to logistically figure everything
Well,
out.
then
I
is
get
that
what you're
even
saying.
fun?
I get what you're saying. Maybe I have too much of that other side of adulthood to really enjoy the fun of it all.
I mean, I have my own little things too, especially if I'm late. I don't like being late to places. I be like, nah, I don't want to go no more. Like I'm serious. Like we were like, 30 minutes late to our Bible study the other day. And on the highway, I was like, I want to turn back so bad because I don't want to go no more. I hate being late.
Oh,
That's the other part of my
issue.
adulthood that I'm like, no, you got to be punctual. It's also, I'm a colored person, so I can't be fitting the stereotype of colored people always late.
Well, see, my church is full of colored people. So
I mean, I've always been around diverse crowds, so it's a standard.
my church is full
Now,
of colored people.
my
so
church
it don't
starts
matter.
at 9:30.
No,
at
now-
11.
Now listen, my church also starts on time, but if we come a little late, it's not like a
I don't think they do that at my church.
or a little side eye. It's just like, hey Tyrone, come on in,
Not
catch your seat.
Tyrone. Not Tyrone.
Go ahead and catch your seat, brother Tyrone. But no, for fun things, I'm trying to get out a little bit more, and I'm trying to see what else is there to offer, because I'm born and raised in Dallas, and there's a lot of things that are out here that I have never experienced. And then you have all these new people. Like I have new coworkers who are just moving here, and they're like, oh yeah, we did this. And I was like, I don't know anything about that. And I've been living here all my life. For my 1-year wedding anniversary, for the first time ever, both my husband and I are born in Dallas. First time we ever been to Reunion Tower. For our 1-year wedding anniversary.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
We had never been to
I didn't know
Reunion
that.
Tower. So other things that we've done is most of ours involve food, which is hard now because we're going away from involving food, and a lot of things that we do is we work to eat right and keep our health together. So I'm going to be looking for more activities to be able to do.
Well, I'm proud of you in thinking about other ways to be creative with you and your spouse to do the fun stuff in adulthood. Because like you said, we need it. We work 9 to 5 serving other people. And I think it's important for us to serve ourselves and get back to that. So I think it's a good practice. I think it also prevents burnout, because I think we always, as people that work in like social services type of work, we blame the company for like, oh, I'm burnt out, which may be true for a lot of people. And I've gone through my own personal experiences, but I also know there's the part that I play in it when I don't have boundaries. And it also with years before where I did not prioritize my outside life, whether it was during the week or on the weekends, and I just did like the bare minimum of fun. It's on me too if I experience some burnout. So I'm having to now, like I think I told you on the phone the other day, like I'm literally enjoying my weekends to when I go to work and I'm like, oh, even though I don't like hate my job, it's just like I do so much fun stuff on the weekend and stuff that makes me feel good, to where when I go to the office and we're still figuring stuff out for like new direction and stuff, and I'm just like, I really miss the fact that we went painting this weekend and I didn't have to think about this. So I mean, it's balance.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what do you think about, all of those self-help books that are coming out that are talking about adulting 101 and how to adult? What do you feel about those?
I don't think I've ever read one, but I think the idea of it is nice, because just like this podcast, it's conversations about things that we never talk about. I like when you said that, I thought about the idea that I've been hearing from a couple people on YouTube about, what is the term that they say? Being like a playful adult, if that makes sense, like involving play in your adulthood life. And so I think self-help books, and also like that idea of involving play as an adult, is just the idea of like the fact that there's things that we can do as adults that we just don't talk about. There's ways that we can live our lives, and also realize that like other people are going on this journey as well. So we're all just figuring it out. Do the self-help books tell you how to be an adult? Are they telling you like, this how you write a check, this how you pay bills, this is who you don't call or do call, set up a doctor's appointment, go to the dentist?
Well, it depends on the author. They all have their own way of approaching this topic. So some of them do focus on the basics. I know I got a little pamphlet when I was about to graduate high school, and it said, now that you're 18, these are all the things you need to do.
I got like 1,000 things to know about college or something like that, but
Nope. They didn't care about us going to college. They was like, now that you're 18, you can go to jail.
That's Dallas ISD for you.
Don't do that. I am a proud...
I graduated from Dallas ISD too.
Yeah, but you ain't got that pride like I do.
I don't have the pride.
Exactly.
I mentioned it like, over the weekend. That was like the first time in a long time that I mentioned where I graduated from. And I was like, I am a graduate out of Dallas. I am a product of DISD.
For shame.
Yeah.
For shame.
But anyway, go ahead.
I forgot what I was talking about.
You said that when you graduated, they gave you a pamphlet that said you were just 18. Here you go.
Right, here you go. And so there are some that go through more of the social emotional side of things, and then there are some that are a little more practical. So there's different ends of the spectrums. I don't think any of them are wrong. I think the question is, are these really, I think anytime anybody buys those, is the question of, are they really going to tell me how to be an adult? Is it that easy? Because I think you have the same question when you become when you're a first time parent, you know? Are these books going to tell me is there a blueprint for parenting or not?
I mean, just like how I mentioned when I asked, like, are they telling you how to write a check? Are they telling you how to pay rent, who to call, who not to call? I think those are some things that I think we just need to pass down to other people. Like, we shouldn't have to call mom and be like, Mom, the doctor said this, what should I do next? Or like there's this one TikTok compilation video thing of like, what's like the adult thing that you need help with or something like that. And the one guy that we like to watch said something about the doctor said I have to take 6 of these. Does that sound right? And his parents are like, do you not know? And he's like, I'm just scared. So he's like, he needs to call his parents for confirmation about what the doctor said. And I've done that too with my mom. Like, I don't know. Or, Mom, how do I set up this appointment? Tell me, like, talking points of how I'm supposed to put this together. So, I mean, there's some practical stuff in life that we do need to pass down, especially to these kids nowadays. But I think just in how to be adult in general, we're all figuring it out, and there's no blueprint. I agree with that. So I don't think there's a blueprint, but I do think there's practical things that need to be passed down.
I like that.
Because I think we're all doing too much to just guess. And I think we're wasting time just guessing when everybody knows what to do. Exactly. But I think that's also society, everybody looking out for themselves. So
Yeah. And I think that brings forth the next conversation when it comes to building that community and that adulthood, like building that community within adulthood, and how you still need people.
Right.
You still need your family, whatever family that is, whether it's the family that you were birthed into or the family that you created. But you still need that. You need friends. You need work besties. Work besties are great,
They are.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it's better when your work besties become your like out of work besties, right?
Yeah. You just better not be developing no more work besties. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, I take back everything I said because, wow.
I'm just telling you how it
There's-
is. You're not allowed to make another work bestie, especially at the company you're at right now. And I mean it. Even if you're watching,
Oh my gosh.
I mean it. I'm not making no other work best friends.
But that's you.
But I'm saying you're not allowed to.
But I have so much love to give.
You do. But we gonna limit it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we limit it.
Trash.
You don't even know how jealous I get when you be talking about how you're gonna do this for this person. We're gonna take this person out. I'm like, oh, bet.
Basura.
That's just a little intern. I'm like, okay, I listen to you. I'm like, oh, that's nice of you. But I'm like, peeping game. So my last question is, what makes adulting hard? What do you think makes adulting hard?
That's such an interesting question because it has so many answers. And I think it's one of those questions where there's no correct answer, of course. But for me personally, I think what makes adulting hard is just overthinking it and also comparing yourself to others or what you feel like is good in terms of society standards. I think that's what makes it hard because, you know, as we started this episode, I was talking about I'm a good adult because of X, Y, and Z, right? But also, I think it's important to know that those people who have had X, Y, and Z, they're not bad adults either. It's just some different choices that were made,
Right.
and it all impacts us differently. So I think if we just take a minute and we stop and we just think about what makes us be our best selves, then that might help us with our adulthood journey. What about you, Erin?
I think going back to the comment about the self-help books and how, you know, what's the outline and what are they giving when it comes to these self-help books, I think, and also to piggyback off what you just said, is the fact that I think we just kind of have this vision of what everything is supposed to look like, and it's a right and a wrong, no gray, or some of us just like to be told what to do. And if we're not told what to do, we just don't do it, or we don't do it to the best of our abilities. So I think that what makes it hard is the expectations that we set for ourselves, and how we live our life, or how we feel like maybe we didn't get taught correctly how to be adults. Sometimes we put it in the hands of other people. Well, my mom didn't teach me what to do, or my dad, or school didn't prepare me for this, right? Or college didn't prepare me for this, and now I'm out here by myself and I have to do all these things. So I think it's expectations and pressuring ourselves to be perfect, especially for people our age. Perfection, I think, robs us. And I think, like you said, comparison is the thief of joy. So, thinking that we have to look like a certain somebody or have what a certain somebody has, or which is the goal of this podcast, talk about these things, is having a certain thing by a certain age too, and feeling like because we may not have it or because our life pivoted a different way, we just feel like we may have messed up somewhere. And so that's kind of where I want to end, with embracing the fact that adulting may be hard, but what you're going through in your journey is not a mistake. So if you didn't get married by a certain point in time, or you maybe had kids earlier than what you wanted to, or home ownership didn't work out for you right away, it's okay. It's fine. And there's no mistake. There's only lessons, and we learn from them and we grow from them. And so I want to end with this scripture, which is a popular one that I think we hear all the time in church. And I definitely want to give like my different interpretation from it, because I feel like sometimes with this scripture, we focus on beauty and how we were made in God's image and we're just perfect people with no mistakes. But I think this scripture offers something a little bit different, especially in my quiet time a few months ago when I reflected on it. So I'm going to be reading from Psalm 139, verses 13 through 17. So it says, and I'm reading for those who are following along from the ESV version.
I tried to get them to do the Gen Z version, and it didn't happen.
I didn't even know what the Gen Z version was until she came over here today. But anyway, so Psalm 139, verses 13 through 17, it says, For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there were none of them. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them.
May the Lord have a blessing to the hearers, readers, and doers of his holy word.
Like, isn't it just hearers and doers?
Here's readers and doers.
Here's readers and doers. Dearest reader. That's what that made me think about. I'm sorry. Copyright infringement. So with this scripture, it makes me think about the fact that God is so close to us. He knows us so well. And when it talks about him knowing all our most inward parts and being intricately woven, and him seeing our unformed selves before we were formed, I think it just talks about how close God is to us, how whether we come or go, if we go through a dark season or if we're in the light, God is always there with us, and he knows us so much better than we know ourselves. So I think it's important to realize through this scripture that God knows everything. He knows everything about you, and there is no mistake. We are riding this life. We are going along with this journey, and God is a part of all of it. And he makes no mistakes. That's pretty much what it is. And so we don't have to put pressure on ourselves to feel like we're wrong or we made a mistake. God is taking us on the journey. And if we do feel like we're making mistakes, if there are obvious sinful, wrong things, and yes, of course, change your direction, but also know if you're doing the best you can in life and you're holding up a moral standard and you're following God's way, and some little things in life such as kids, car, house, career, whatever hasn't worked out, just know that God made no mistake and you're on the journey that you are for a reason. And so that's where I want to end today.
I love that. Okay, the collection plate will be out in the
Or the
out in
cash
the
app.
hallway. The cash dollar
app.
sign. That's a story for another day, y'all. But thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you at the next one.
Okay, bye.
Bye.